Hey guys, so we are back with another song by Eminem. And which one are we doing today?
Say goodbye to Hollywood.
Okay, so like you said, that's like the third song in that group of songs that are all related or whatever.
Yeah, it's like a mini trilogy, starting
Okay,
with the Kiss skit
so it's
into
just like a whole
Soldier.
story.
Yeah, mini saga of what was going on in his life.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think I know, like we said, you
yeah,
mentioned Alpha Dog. That was one of my favorite movies. I guess it still might be. I don't really think about what my favorite movies are
yeah,
anymore. No, weird.
for sure.
But yeah, I know that song from that movie for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, so we'll get into it and break it down.
yes. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on all social media channels. There's a link in the description below. It's Your with Smith. That's Youre. And I will start posting more there. I just haven't been because I've just been trying to build it. But I feel like we should probably actually post on it more.
Sing about Hollywood. 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 I thought I had it all figured out. I did. I thought I was tough enough to stick it out with Kim, but I wasn't tough enough to juggle two things at once. I found myself laying on my knees in cuffs, which should have been a reason enough for me to get my stuff and just leave. How come I couldn't see this shit myself? It's just me. Nobody couldn't see the shit I felt, knowing damn well she wasn't gonna be there when I fell to catch me. The minute shit was heated, she just fell. I'm standing and swinging, only 30 people by myself. I couldn't even see the millimeter when it fell. Turned around, saw Gary stashing a heater in his belt. Saw the bouncers crush him and beat him to the ground. I just sold 2 million records, I don't need to go to jail. I'm not about to lose my freedom over no female. I need to slow down, try to get my feet on solid ground. So for now,
Okay.
So he's saying,
Yeah, so that's so funny because I always hear it as say goodbye to Hollywood.
yeah, that's what it sounds like.
I do know that, I saw online that apparently on some promotional material for this album, and certain ones of those, it did say saying goodbye to Hollywood was the title of the song.
That's the title, saying goodbye,
So
right?
no, so it says say goodbye to Hollywood on the album, but on like certain promo material for the album, it said saying goodbye to Hollywood, you know.
So what is it
So
officially?
when you get the CD on the back, it says say goodbye to Hollywood.
So it's not saying.
So I don't know
I
because
don't hear saying.
I don't either. It's so funny. But then if when we get to the end of this first verse here, he says, so till then I forget exactly the lyrics. He says, so for now, and then it picks up with the chorus saying goodbye to Hollywood, which does make sense. It wouldn't be say goodbye. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe we're both just really stupid, but I
What
don't,
is
I
it?
don't hear
Does
it.
anyone know? Like for real though, not just like what you think, like for real. What
Yeah,
is it?
I don't know.
Mention in the comments. Somebody.
So saying goodbye to Hollywood. And then he says, why do I feel this way? And
I
then
don't know.
continues it. So he starts the first verse. I thought I had it all figured out. I did. I thought I was tough enough to stick it out with Kim.
Okay,
But
so they're not together at this point then.
so they're on and off. They got married and separated numerous times for years during this process, after. So again, at this exact moment, I'm not sure if they're actually married. But yeah, they were on and off for a while.
So we don't know if during in the kiss skit, if he was actually with Kim or not.
Well, I'm assuming because he was mad, you know what I mean?
You could get mad and not still like with somebody, I think.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm sure it's out there, sure
Yeah,
you could easily see that if you Google it. I just don't know.
okay. If anyone knows.
Yeah. So, and then he says, but I wasn't tough enough to juggle two things at once. I found myself laying on my knees in cuffs. So the two things at once was like, and the way I read it is his fame, his
And that's
celebrity
what I thought.
status, and his relationship with her. Like he
Okay.
wasn't strong enough to manage both of those things.
So
And
like what?
then
It was that difficult being with her?
being famous at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those are the two things at once. And then the following line, I found myself laying on my knees in cuffs. So
He got arrested.
yeah, with what we heard from the skit with her with the bouncer and then Soldier,
Oh,
yeah.
the pistol whipping.
Yes. Then he continues, which should have been a reason enough for me to get my stuff and just leave. How come I couldn't see the shit myself?
I don't know.
Yeah. Wait, okay.
What?
So I think there's lyrics missing here. How come I
Ooh.
couldn't see the
Should
shit
we
myself?
re-listen?
And then I believe he says, knowing damn well she wasn't gonna be there when I fell.
I think I heard that.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Couldn't see this shit myself, it's just me. Nobody couldn't see.
Okay, no, I fucked up.
You're confusing the two.
Yeah, yeah.
That's okay.
So I couldn't see
It
the
is.
shit myself. It's just me. Nobody couldn't see the shit I felt, knowing damn well she wasn't gonna be there when I fell. So he's saying he's all alone. She wasn't
Yeah.
there.
Aw.
Apparently, when he hit the bouncer, I believe she ran. Like she wasn't there.
I feel like that's something that, someone would do. That's like really awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, knowing damn well she wasn't gonna be there when I fell to catch me. The minute shit was heated, she just bailed. So again, like we were just discussing, I'm
Yeah.
s-
But I feel like that's also him saying, like, not even just about that situation. Like, she was just done with him and,
yeah,
like, no longer, like, putting
supportive.
anything into the relationship. Just, like, I think that's, like, has a broader meaning.
Yeah, like not supporting him when he was in
Yeah.
troubles. I mean, he got legal troubles over this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She just bailed. I'm standing there swinging on like 30 people by myself.
30 people
Apparently, a bunch of other bouncers and people jumped in
against him or with him.
against him.
I would have been like, that's like Eminem though. I don't know. I'm not gonna fight him.
Yeah, but he had a gun.
No.
He had a gun, so.
I'm not gonna fight Eminem who has a gun. He can do what he's gotta do. I didn't see anything.
And then he says, I couldn't even see the millimeter when it fell, so 9 millimeter
So
gun.
he dropped the gun.
Yeah, that's what at least he's saying. Turned around and saw Gary stashing the heater in his belt. So again, the gun.
Gary's such a good friend. Is he still friends with
I'm
Gary?
sure. Saw the bouncers rush him and beat him to the ground. I just sold 2 million records. I don't need to go to jail.
The bouncers rushed too.
Gary,
Oh no.
because he had the gun put in his
Poor
belt.
Gary.
Yeah. And then he said, I just sold 2 million records. I don't need to go to jail.
Gary didn't even want anything to do with this in the first place.
Yeah.
He literally said he didn't see nothing. He didn't
Yeah,
see
no.
Kim kissing
He was
anybody.
lying.
I know, but Gary.
And then he says, I'm not about to lose my freedom over no female. I need to slow down, try to get my feet on solid ground. So for now, and then we pick up with the
Oh,
chorus.
for now I'm
Saying
saying goodbye.
goodbye.
So it is saying goodbye because for now I'm saying goodbye. Like
Yeah,
that's
no. I
strange.
still don't hear it. I don't hear the N.
Because if it was say goodbye, then he would say, now I'm gonna
Yeah.
say goodbye.
All
But
right,
there's no gonna.
pick it up.
Feet on solid ground, so for now. Say goodbye to Hollywood. 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 Bury my face in comic books, cause I don't wanna look at nothing. This world's too much. I swallowed all I could. If I could swallow a bottle with Tylenol, I would. And in it for good, just say goodbye to Hollywood. I probably should. These problems are piling all at once. Is everything that bothers me, I got it bottled up. I think I'm bottoming out, but I'm not about to give up. I gotta get up. Thank God I got a little girl. Now I'm a responsible father, so not a lot of good. I beat my daughter laying in the bottom of the mud. Must be in my blood, cause I don't know how I do it. All I know is I don't wanna follow in the footsteps of my dad, cause I hate him so bad. The worst fear that I had was growing up to be like his fucking ass. Man, if you could understand why I am the way that I am, what do I say to my fans when I tell them I'm saying?
Yeah, so again, I really listen closely to the chorus. I don't hear saying at all.
So
At all.
I don't. Apparently, I guess other people do. And like I said, there was apparently
Oh,
this was the original name of the song, was saying goodbye to Hollywood. So the only thought I have about I have no explanation as to why we're not hearing him saying
if you
sing.
guys are hearing it though, you're
But
lying.
the reason he may have changed the title is because this is kind of a nod to Billy Joel, who has a song of the same name, Say Goodbye to
Really?
Hollywood. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that could be why he made it just called Say Goodbye to Hollywood, just like Billy Joel. But as far as hearing that, I have no explanation.
I don't hear it at all.
Yeah.
There's no way anybody hears it at all, and I'm pretty convinced that he does say, but they changed it.
Yeah, but the lyrics match up, you know what I mean? At the end of the verses. Whatever. So he goes into the second verse saying, "Bury my face in comic books because I don't want to look at nothing. This world is too much. I've swallowed all I could." So again, he's just like when he was a kid, just reading comic books. He doesn't want to deal with everything going on in the world. It's too much for him. He swallowed all he could.
Yeah.
He says, "If I could swallow a bottle of Tylenol, I would, and end it for good." So talking about
Can you really kill
overdosing.
yourself by doing that?
Yeah, if you,
I guess like you
yeah, for
shut your
sure.
liver down.
hmm Um, yes, end it all for good. Just say goodbye to Hollywood. I probably should. These problems are piling all at once because everything that bothers me, I got it bottled up. I think I'm bottoming out, but I'm not about to give up. I gotta get up. Thank God I got a little girl and I'm a responsible father. So not a lot of good I'd be to my daughter laying in the bottom of the mud.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's saying he's got all these issues. He's got this gun charge. I think he had another gun charge besides this one,
Yeah.
like brandishing. Shit's not working out with Kim. He's getting
No.
fucking arrested. So he's famous. He's a superstar, but so he's dealing with that shit as well. But he has all these issues. He wants to fucking die. He wants to kill
Well,
himself.
aside from the fame and Kim cheating on him, the rest of the issues are self-created.
Yeah. But then he says, but I'm not going to give up. He has to get up on his feet because he has a little
Mm-hmm.
girl and he's a
Yeah.
responsible father.
So that's
And
good.
he'd be no good to her if he was dead.
No.
And then he says, must be in my blood because I don't know how I do it. All I know is I don't want to follow in the footsteps of my dad because I hate him so bad. The worst fear that I had was growing up to be like his fucking ass. So I have to say, the line where he says, must be in my blood because I don't know how I do it, it confuses me because so the line right before it is, not a lot of good I beat to my daughter laying in the bottom of the mud, right? And then he says, must be in my blood because I don't know how I do it. All I know is I don't want to follow in the footsteps of my dad because I hate him so bad. So what do you interpret as him saying is in his blood?
Maybe the fact that his mom never actually left him, even though she was a drug addict and like doing this and that, and like,
So they
not probably not like the greatest mother in the world,
no
but
so
also she never left him, right?
no they were in foster care and shit.
Oh, so she
So
did leave them at
at
some
some
point?
point, I mean, they might have been taken, but yeah, I do know he was talks about foster homes and shit.
Then maybe when he says must be in my blood because I don't know how I do it, like the tendency to do bad, fucked up things like drugs, pistol whipping people, dating the wrong person,
Yeah,
maybe. Like maybe that's what's in his blood because he's like, I don't intentionally do those things, but I just end up doing those things.
yeah, or
Maybe.
or the urge to keep going because like the little
Um,
bit before it was like he wants to die, but
but he just
he's
won't kill
because
himself.
he has a daughter and he's like it must be in his blood to like I guess be a good dad to
Oh, like it must be in
Haley.
his blood, but he's not doesn't necessarily have to mean like genetics. Like
Yeah,
it's just in his blood.
yeah.
Okay.
Either way, then he says, he doesn't want to follow in the footsteps of his dad because he hates him so bad, and the worst fear he had was to grow up to be like his fucking ass.
Yeah.
If you could understand why I am the way that I am, what do I say to my fans when I tell them I'm
I'm
saying
saying
goodbye
goodbye.
to Hollywood? Yes.
Sure.
All right, pick it up there.
It's a long
Say
song.
goodbye, say goodbye to Hollywood. Say 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 goodbye, say goodbye to Hollywood.
I don't wanna quit, but shit, I feel like this is it. For me to have this much, I feel like this is sick. This is not a game, this fame. In real life, this is sick. Publicity start my all you did was just grow up MCing. It's fucking crazy. Cause all I wanted was to give Haley the life I never had. Instead, I forced us to live alienated, so I'm saying.
Interesting.
Before we get to the last bit of the chorus, we'll just break this down here.
Okay.
So he says, I don't want to quit, but shit, I feel like this is it.
Like
For
he's done after that.
Yeah, like that's it. I just can't do it anymore. For me to have this much appeal, like this is sick. So
Yeah,
he's
like I
saying
can't believe it. Like this is
it's sick how
insane.
much
Like it's
fame he
sick.
has. Yeah, and how
Yeah.
much people love him and want to be a part of anything he's doing. He
Mhm.
says, this is not a game, this is fame. In real life, this is sick. Publicity stunt my ass, conceal my fucking dick. So it's an allusion to people were trying to claim that like the gun charges and shit may not have been real or they were intentional
What
because
gun charges?
so like what we've been
Like
told.
from the situation with the bouncer, like
So
he never really had a gun.
So yeah. So people were saying they were either made up or they were intentional, whatever it was. It was a publicity stunt
Okay.
to, give him a bad boy image and sell fucking albums. You know what I mean? So that's what he's saying. He's like, this is not a game. This fame in real life, this is sick. Publicity stunt my ass. Conceal my fucking dip. And then the conceal was a concealed weapons charge. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's a play on that.
Okay.
Yeah. And then he says, fuck the guns, I'm done. I'll never look at gats. If I scrap, I'll scrap like I ain't never whooped some ass. So no more guns, he's just gonna fight people. And then he says, I love my fans, but no one ever puts a grasp on the fact that I've sacrificed everything I have. So again,
Okay.
he loves his fans, but they don't get that he's given everything he has and,
Yeah.
it's taken its toll on him. I never dreamt that I'd get to the level that I'm at. This is whack. This is more than I ever could have asked. Everywhere I go, a hat, a sweater, hood, or mask. So,
Meaning like he can be covered up completely, people still recognize him?
well, he's saying he has to go with
Oh, okay,
us, a
okay.
hat, a sweater, hood, or mask because he's famous and
Yeah, like he
recognizable.
needs it.
Yes. So, I'll- I will mention that Eminem has said that the overall theme and the title of the album, The Eminem Show, was a nod to the Truman Show.
Oh, I hate that
So,
movie.
and he, felt that everybody was watching him, which they actually were in his case, you know what I mean?
The movie haunted my
Mm.
childhood.
Yeah, so he says, sweater, hood, or mask. What about math? How come I was never good at that? So he's saying, why do I have to be a rapper? Why can't I just fucking do math
Yeah,
somewhere?
I wish to be like a rich accountant somewhere.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
And then he says, it's like the boy in the bubble who never could adapt. I'm trapped. If I could go back, I never would have rapped. So again,
Really?
he's like the Truman Show we were just talking about. He's the boy in the bubble. He just can't fucking, you know, he can't get away from it. Um, I sold my soul to the devil. I'll never get it back. And then I just want to leave this game with level head intact. Imagine going from being a no one to seeing everything blow up, and all you did was just grow up MCing. It's fucking crazy. I love the way that in the song, the way he rhymes it. It sounds fucking awesome there.
Yeah,
And he's saying just from rap, I'm just rapping. I was a
yeah.
nobody, and now he's like
He's like the biggest
top of the
star.
world. Yeah. When he says, because all I wanted was to give Haley the life I never had, but instead I forced us to live alienated. So I'm saying, and then that's a common theme, especially, from the Eminem show on. He apologizes to Haley for,
Like everything.
yeah, like she didn't ask for this, and,
Yeah.
that's what happened. All right, we'll finish it out here.
Had. Instead, I forced us to live alienated, so I'm saying.
Sing about Hollywood. 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 Good night, Hollywood. Please don't cry for me. When I'm gone for good, so good. Goodbye, Hollywood. Please don't cry for me. When I'm gone for good.
Yeah, I like the way that outro is.
Yeah, it's cool.
And then he says in the outro, "Goodbye, Hollywood. Please don't cry for me when I'm gone for good."
Okay. Like when he gets out of being famous.
Yeah, when he's not in Hollywood anymore.
It's just funny though, because like he never actually did get out of Hollywood.
No, so I mean, he'll acknowledge he's not as big as he was,
Still
back
very
then,
big.
but yeah, he's still very famous and
Especially he had like a recent surge in popularity.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like he's definitely like a lot bigger now than he was maybe like a few years ago, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, no, I agree.
You
And
know,
I think he's still like the best-selling rapper. It's crazy.
really,
Yeah.
that's cool.
So, say goodbye to Hollywood. What are your thoughts?
So I know this song. I know it from Alpha Dog. I like it. I think it's interesting that like most of the song is about how he really doesn't want to be famous. He doesn't want all this attention. Like it's too much. Like he like says it's crazy multiple times. Like I can imagine it must be like really suffocating.
Yeah.
So it's like cool to hear like the other end of things because usually celebrities are just like, oh, I love being famous, blah 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 blah. But also explaining like what happened with the bouncer and things like that. Like he went a little more in depth, which was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I still want to know like exactly what the deal is with that. When you
Well,
told me he said that it was a fist and then he said that it was a gun, like
yeah.
I want to know what was it?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Um, yeah, I agree though. I love this song. It's funny because I've heard this hundreds and hundreds of times. I still don't
Yeah.
hear him saying "say in."
No, I don't hear that at
I still
all.
just hear "say goodbye to Hollywood."
Yep.
But yes, I agree. The content's awesome. He talks about the aftermath of what happened, with Kim and everything, and then just the fact that he attributes having to deal with all this fame and manage, his home life, that it's too much for him. He wants to actually die. It's funny because Eminem even makes fun of the fact that he feels like other people, which I'm sure there's some, other people complain that he's always complaining about fame and, oh, your life is so hard, you're so rich and famous,
He does.
he makes
He's
allusions to the fact of that
yeah.
that people say things like that. But I get it. I
Well,
mean,
he's not the money. He's complaining about the fact that people won't leave him alone.
and the thing is, you write about what you know what I mean? So you listen to his early music, he's writing about the struggle, and he'll still do songs that like take you back in time to his mind frame then, but you write what you know. This has been his life for 20 something years.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
That's why I always said, like, I don't want to be famous. I just want to have like a lot of
Be
money.
rich. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
then, like, I can just do, normal everyday things, but just like be able to buy whatever I want.
Yeah. It'd be nice.
Yeah. All right. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.